Good morning, everybody. I'm Eureka John, and you're at Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting live at what time is it? It is 7:02 in the morning from Leander, Texas, just a suburb outside of Austin, northwest Austin. So yeah, used to be kind of way out here in the country, and I would never have any reason to go to Leander because I lived in South Austin. But yeah, right at the beginning of all this, pandemic and stuff, I sold my house in South Austin, moved out to Leander with my family, and yeah, I mean, I like it well enough out here. Been out here, I guess, a year and a half, or almost, yeah, a little over a year and a half. But this is my live stream, aka video blog. I don't know what else to call it. And I do this every single morning. This is episode number 326 now, and it's November 14th, 2021. And it's going pretty good. I enjoy it. This is my time in the morning to talk about crypto, to kind of get it out of myself, so I don't bug my friends, family, coworkers, and whoever else is around me about crypto. Me and the neighbor a couple doors down, I found out that he's kind of an NFT whale, and so it's pretty cool. We just absolutely geeked out, and this was like the 2 days before he was about to go to NFT NYC. And yeah, so we were just like, wow, just like everybody else at this little gathering we were at, or just we isolated them completely from our conversation. It was absolutely amazing to be able to talk to somebody in real life about this stuff, because this is kind of why I do this show, is to be able to just express myself outwardly, because nobody will sit there and listen to my excitement about all this, so yeah, do what I do, man. Anyway, I think I'm live streaming on Twitter, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm trying to play with a couple other new options. Yeah, I guess I am live right now, so that's pretty rad. So yeah, live streaming on Twitter right now as we speak, and I didn't realize that I could do that, but here I am doing it. Okay, so Bitcoin's at $64,811.80. Oh yeah. Nothing I say on here is financial advice, guys. I'm not a teacher. I'm not trying to like create teachable moments and evangelize. I am kind of evangelizing, but yeah, just take it for what it is, man. It's just me sitting here trying to express myself about crypto and talk about the market and just get it out, and then just kind of figure it out as I go along. A lot of times after these episodes, I leave with more questions than I have answers. And I mean, that's kind of a good thing, I would think. So yeah, that's what it is. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not shilling anything. Although I will sometimes shill my own bags, because I'm into these projects for a reason. Because I like them a lot of times. Although I do ape into some projects and just completely just be like, well, looks like it's popular, so I'll just dump some money into it and just see what happens. Or sometimes I'll put some money into something just to see the levers and pulleys, and see how it works and stuff like that. I've lost some money on Matic and Polygon that way by getting into some really terrible type of yield farms and stuff like that, like layered yield farms, stuff like where they do one layer for a while, then everybody migrates somewhere else and then gathers yield there, then they migrate somewhere. I don't know, it's just a terrible experience, and I lost a decent sum of money trying to experiment with that. And I tried to experiment with perpetuals as well and gmx.io, and it wasn't gmx.io's fault that I lost my money on that, but it's because I decided to try perpetuals and options for the first time ever in my history of doing anything like that in finance, just before Ethereum crashed after it was going nice and solid. This was a few weeks back, over 3,000, and then it decided to crash suddenly to 2,700. And then I decided that would be a great time to try perpetuals for my first time. So 24 hours after I put in that option, yeah, it just crashed and I got liquidated. So luckily it wasn't a whole lot, and so it wasn't like a terrible loss, and it was just me trying to test out the levers and pulleys and stuff like that. Okay, just making sure my mic is on. I've done that before. I've started episodes and been like, you know, and like had to redo the whole thing. All right, so Bitcoin's at $64,811.83. Ethereum's at $4,647.68. We got Binance Coin 650.15. Solana or Solana? How do you say it? Are you from the East Coast or the West Coast? Solana, you know, or or Solana. So I don't know, man. Cardano. I think Solana's from the West Coast anyway. So you guys say like, hey man, you got any Solana? So Cardano 206, XRP $1.20, Polkadot 46.89. Who else we got? The Dage and the Sheebs, you know, sitting right over here at 9 and 11, with the USDC stablecoin right there in the middle. Yeah, these meme coins, you know, whatever, it is what it is. Got my Apple. These golden crisp ones are really good. Anyway, Terra 51.25, Avalanche 95.67, doing very, 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 very well. Wow. I just saw, I can't remember what Twitter account was doing this. They were doing Avalanche and Ravencoin versus each other. And man, what was that? I can't remember, but Ravencoin won, and I'm not really sure what they were judging it by or anything like that, but it was cool. You know, I do like both Ravencoin and Avalanche. You know, Avalanche is another blockchain that is purported to be an Ethereum killer, although none of them are being Ethereum killers, and they are all compatible with EVM now, and they're all bridging to Ethereum. So Ethereum ended up being the layer 1 base layer with all these other layer 1 blockchains kind of supplementing in different industries and niches and stuff like that and use cases. Then layer 2 solutions, you know, for our everyday transactions and things like that. That's how I think it's all going to play out. And excuse me, I just spit apple out of my mouth. Yeah. And then Ravencoin, I think, is interesting. It's easy to mine. It's super secure as far as I know. You can add smart contracts and NFTs and all types of stuff on there. It's made to tokenize everything. And it's also this cow-pow algorithm that it uses for mining. It's proof of work, but the cow-pow algorithm keeps it to where GPUs can mine. And because Bitcoin mining has just become completely unaffordable to the average person. So it keeps it democratized to the average person being able to mine with Ravencoin. So yeah, I mine Ravencoin on my computer. I cash out every month or so, and I keep a little bag to myself. And yeah, all right. So Chainlink 33.95, and let's see, it's been staying above 30, which is pretty good. And let's see anything else that I find interesting here. Look, I tried to buy some Axie Infinity here, and I'll show you. Okay, so with all these protocols developing their own tokens, what is one protocol that you think would make sense to have a token for? And one of the only ones left that does not have a token, I mean, even ENS domain name services, ENS, Ethereum name service, now has a token, right, for governance. Well, one of the only ones left I would think would be Metamask, right? So here's Metamask. And Metamask is your handy little browser wallet and stuff like that. It's in your mobile and everything like that. And it's your Ethereum wallet. And you can also do RPC, add RPCs in here and add in your custom RPC. Look at that. I've added all these RPCs. I mean, I have Huobi, Optimistic, Arbitrum, Volta, Mumbai, Meter, Avalanche, Polygon, XDAI, Binance Smart Chain, Energy Web Token. So I've added all these different RPCs in here. So Metamask is more than just an Ethereum wallet. It's a lot of things. And and RPCs are easy to add, and you can make Metamask be a lot of things. So, but Metamask is made by Consensus, and Consensus is like a huge company in the blockchain world. Founded by Joseph Lubin, Joe Lubin, and he's one of the original Ethereum founders back in Zug, Switzerland, and with Vitalik Buterin and everything like that, and their little Ethereum compound. If you read the book, The Infinite Machine, written by Camilo Russo, it's a really good book, and it basically just breaks down the history of Ethereum, and it tells it like a really good story. So it's a fun book to read. Anyway, Joseph Lubin was there in the ground floor among all that, and now he's gone on to form Consensus, and Consensus has built MetaMask. But let's see here. Let's pull up Consensus and talk a little bit about Consensus. I'm by no means a professional on all this stuff. Anything that I find is just me kind of browsing around the internet. So let's see here. The most trusted Ethereum blockchain solutions. They're working with companies to try to proliferate blockchain throughout corporations and stuff like that. Like I said, they've built MetaMask. And yeah, they're just out there to promote and push blockchain, and they have the Consensus conference every year, DeFi for institutions. There's Joseph Lubin right there. For those who understand the profound implications of blockchain technology, there is no turning back. And it's cool. So anyway, yeah. So these guys are the people behind the curtain on MetaMask wallet. And I was saying earlier, what is one application that really could probably use a token that doesn't have one, and it would be MetaMask. And it might behoove you if you haven't used MetaMask, or if you especially in light of this ENS drop, in light of the Uniswap airdrop, in light of the 1inch airdrop, and all these entities creating tokens for themselves, it might behoove you to use MetaMask and kind of get yourself logged in the system. We don't really know what a lot of times these airdrops are based on, and a lot of times it's on a use case. There's a little article written 5 days ago in the Defiant about it. The Defiant is a great news source for crypto news, so check out the Defiant. Also, Camila Russo is the one in charge of the Defiant here as well. So yeah, I have a subscription to the Defiant. I have a subscription to Bankless, and a couple other newsletters. But this is one that I paid for because the Defiant has a lot of really good news and stuff. And if you want to learn about DeFi, it's a great place to learn about it. They have what is DeFi, what is DAO, all this stuff here. So anyway, Consensus founder Joe Lubin teases MetaMask token, the Mask token. So one of Web3's most essential tools may be getting a token. Joseph Lubin, founder of Ethereum Incubator. So yeah, I guess an incubator is the right word for it. And Consensus set off a speculation. A token for the non-custodial wallet MetaMask is imminent after tweeting, "Win MetaMask." The win mask. Yeah, stay tuned. And in the crypto world, we have a lot of little isms that we do. And basically, whenever you see win, W-E-N, it's misspelled on purpose, people. All right. And then whenever you see GM, good morning, that's another little thing that people are doing in the crypto world. They just wake up and say GM is kind of their way to just kind of check into the crypto Twitter space. And Janet Yellen said that crypto is run by shadowy supercoders and everything like that. Well, it yes and no. There's a lot of anons in the space, but the shadowy supercoders are also being held accountable to crypto Twitter. And a lot of times whenever you're checking in and saying GM in the morning, although I don't, but this show's kind of my little GM, and whenever you do that, you kind of just saying, hey man, I'm a part of this community, and then yeah, and every little community has their own little isms within the crypto isms. For instance, Chainlink said tonight, everything is tonight. It's gonna happen tonight. Chainlink is going to what is it, $1,032 tonight, so yeah, it's just fun, and what is crypto without fun? And I believe that is absolutely 100% necessary, especially in this day and age. And in this day and age, I think it's necessary to have some fun. So yeah. So where was I going? Okay, yeah. So MetaMask, which has 10 million monthly active users and is developed by Consensus, is one of the main ways users interact with Web3 and DeFi. I got this cayenne kombucha that I drink regularly. I would love to be sponsored by them. So whoever makes this Health Aid Cayenne Cleanse kombucha, if you want to sponsor me, this is a sponsor that I will take on this show right here, because it's hard in the morning. Then it puts a hair on your chest. Cleans out the sinuses. Yeah, it's better than the actual hair of the dog that I used to have. So yeah. Anyway, MetaMask, which has 10 million monthly active users and is developed by the Consensus, is one of the main ways users interact with Web3 and DeFi. Lubin tweeted in response to speculation, Consensus may not want its token on its balance sheet because JP Morgan has a stake in the company. Now I kind of understand why some people in the crypto space may not love Consensus because JP Morgan has a stake in, which is weird because Jamie Dimon is constantly talking smack about Bitcoin and crypto, but he's got a stake in the company, huh? Interesting. Well, I think a lot of that smack talk's a little bit of trolling in a front, possibly, because I'm sure the guy is an intelligent enough man to understand, where all this stuff is going. I don't think you get to be the CEO of some large bank like that, and if you're stupid. But then again, you never know. Yeah. All right. So, let's see here. Lubin tweeted in response. Okay, so Consensus has thousands of tokens on our balance sheet. All right, hold on. Let's see here. I'm trying to look at. Oops. I'm learning how to use this new software. So Lubin's tweet has been liked hundreds of times in the 2 hours since it was posted, indicating the excitement of a MetaMask token. The excitement a MetaMask token inspires, with many MetaMask users already expecting an airdrop. If indeed an airdrop happens, it's unclear who will exactly be eligible for tokens. Users of MetaMask swap functionality are potential candidates. MetaMask has become a profitable business by taking 0.875% on trades executed via its plugin, regularly generating over $1 million in daily revenue, according to a Dune Analytics dashboard by Momir Amidzik of IOSG, a venture capital firm. And there's just some kind of graphy graph right there. So MetaMask swaps. This is the amount of MetaMask swaps. Man, a couple spikes right in there. So in April, whenever things are blowing hot and heavy, same thing in September here. Actually, September was a low month, so I can't remember what. It must be some kind of NFT drop. That's kind of the only thing that I can figure. So crypto airdrops usually reward users who have participated in core use cases of the projects. For example, Uniswap, the automated market maker, retroactively airdrop tokens to liquidity providers and traders. Indeed, a core tenet of Web3 protocols and applications is to enable their users to become owners too. Lubin teased that may be the case for MetaMask. So we, Consensus, are driving towards decentralization of several of our projects, he wrote. So I would come to surmise that MetaMask would have an airdrop based on some kind of utility, whether or not you've transferred in and out, if you store tokens in it or something like that. But kind of a lot of times what these projects need are people to test out new use cases. So my conclusion is that it might behoove you, to use that behoove word again, to swap something. So there's a little new functionality in MetaMask called swap. So maybe you can go in here and create a swap. So let me go in here, and I got a little bit of DAI in this wallet. So let's see here. I'm gonna just do the max. And I'm going to try to swap for an Axie Infinity token. And Axie Infinity shard, sure. Yeah, it's AXS, right? Hold on, let me just double check real quick. Because I don't have all my token tickers. Okay, yeah, Axie Infinity, AXS, and it's worth 142.96 per token. I've been meaning to kind of jump into one of these play to earn games because they're getting kind of expensive, and I talked the other day about Human DAO, which is basically helping more poverty-stricken countries, because gaming and play to earn is really catching on in some of these more third world countries. I hate to use that term third world, but I mean, and they're helping. Okay, so a lot of these play to earn games are catching on, and it's giving a lot of these people in more poor countries the ability to earn by playing with these characters, and they earn the crypto, and in Axie Infinity's case, they earn the smooth love potion. But they have to buy these characters first, and at first they were cheap, but now they're getting more expensive. So what Human DAO and the Axie Academy in the Philippines is doing is they're buying these characters and then lending them out to people to use to earn money and to build up their skills in the game and stuff like that, to where they can afford to buy their own characters. But anyway, I digress. So let's go back over here to the MetaMask swap, and I just copied that contract, as you can see. So that's what you can do. And if you're ever unsure about any type of contract address, go to CoinMarketCap or go to CoinGecko, or something like that, and copy and paste that contract address and put it in there to add the token to the wallet. Because if you're just adding the token on some random website, there could be definitely an attack surface for somebody to exploit you by giving some bogus contract address, in which you could sit here and trade your DAI for whatever useless crap token that's imitating the real Axie Infinity token. Man, okay, hold on. This is taking forever. I'm gonna have to restart this quote build. Boy, I tell you what. Okay, so exit page. I'm gonna exit this page and I'm gonna start over anew here. Things get a little sluggish sometimes whenever I'm trying to stream. So yeah. Okay, so let me close out this tab and open up. Okay, so there's where I did the search for it. Yeah. Okay, all right. Where'd my MetaMask extension go? Oh crap, man! I think I just deleted my MetaMask extension. I'm gonna have to reinstall it, and yeah, that blows. I just did this clicking around. See, that's how easy this stuff can happen. So you always need to make sure you write down your private keys, which I did, and I do. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna have to re-import everything. I just freaking deleted my MetaMask extension. All right, so I'm not gonna show you that use case, but it might behoove you to do a swap on MetaMask, and to get that kind of accounted for in there, and that way that transaction is on the blockchain and it's accounted for. So if they happen to do some kind of audit and then see who has used the swap mechanism, and if that's what they're basing their airdrop on, then you will be the recipient of your of that airdrop. So yeah, then that's how the airdrops work. Okay, anyway, let's move on to some other topics. Let's go over here to the old Twitter space. And a couple days ago, I did a episode talking about Discord, and I talked about the whole idea of Jason Centrone saying probably nothing, and then him announcing the whole MetaMask and integration and Ethereum integration into Discord, which I think is amazing. But some of the people in the gamer space do not think it's amazing. Well, they did. I'm going to go ahead and follow Jason Centrone. They did get some pushback, but the only pushback on the example that I found a couple days ago was just from some lady, saying, it's just, high energy use, it's a scam, NFTs are a scam, and all that stuff. And I just brushed it off. I just felt like they were using hyperbole, just some extreme case, and just like, okay, this is one case of one person not liking it. Well, apparently it was a little bit more. And I think it's only fair, even though I think it's stupid, but to try to understand the other side. And so here's a thread that I found that was helpful about that. So yesterday, Discord walked back plans to integrate Ethereum-based NFTs and MetaMask after overwhelmingly negative user feedback, particularly from paid Nitro users. I'm a paid Nitro Discord user, but I don't use Discord for gaming. I use Discord for DAOing. And there's an increasing use case of DAO people coming into the Discord space, because right now that's one of the only available software solutions that really works for DAOs. And there's some bugs and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to the day when they will start bringing in a DAO specific. Maybe Discord will do it, like do Discord for DAOs. I don't know. But I think it'll be fun and interesting whenever somebody does come out with a really good workable type of solution for DAOs. And I think maybe Colony DAO might be working on it as well. So anyway, so yesterday Discord walked back plans to integrate Ethereum-based NFTs and Metamask after overwhelmingly negative user feedback, particularly from paid Nitro users. It's fascinating, and I encourage everyone to read the comments to better understand the other side. All right, so to summarize, naysayers are anti-NFT and many crypto generally because of environmental concerns and a belief that they are scams. Okay, so I never had anybody tell this to my face, it's a scam. I think everybody is real polite, but if you could probably see their social media threads, they might be saying, it's a scam. So anyway, so somebody says, man, can't wait to tell my friends that Discord is encouraging pyramid schemes at grand cost to the environment and persuading them to cancel their Nitro subscriptions and use competing platforms. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, so I don't think he is really enthusiastic about telling his friends that. So, anyway, and then it goes on this thread here. So, while a surprise to many in the crypto community, this only reinforces something that those of us at the intersection have known for a while, that the two communities, crypto and gaming, are passionate about their beliefs, but separate. And this is a reminder of just how much so. So yes, gamers and crypto enthusiasts, they're both very, very passionate. I'm super passionate about cryptos. I'm not passionate about gaming. But we use some of the same equipment. We both use Discord. We both use GPUs. I use GPUs to mine on my computer. And it's been kind of a point of contention from gamers because crypto miners have sat there and driven up the cost of these NVIDIA GPUs and stuff like that and the AMD GPUs. And it's been a point of frustration to the point now where NVIDIA is making mining specific GPUs now. To try to alleviate this and profit from the whole mining aspect. So maybe that'll help some, but it has created a bone to pick for the gamers against the crypto enthusiasts, and that the crypto heads are driving up the prices of the GPUs. So because the gamers love their GPUs, So while a surprise to many in the crypto community, this only reinforces something that those of us at the intersection of crypto have known for a while, that the two communities, crypto and gaming, are passionate about their beliefs, but separate. And this is a reminder of just how much so. So point number 4, there is an irony to this, as Brian Jacho or whatever has pointed out. Trad gamers, traditional gamers, have long supported and valued digital assets and games, the progenitor to Web3 concepts. They are 2 billion strong and a natural ally in Web3 revolution. So Web3 is all about integrating the blockchain to the internet and your wallet to the internet and NFTs to the internet. And think about if you could carry one asset, for instance, all your gold that you may have earned in World of Warcraft to another game over here to where that gold would be transferable. I mean, people spend a lot of money in games, man. So imagine being able to transfer that from one game to another, and then when you get bored with one game, not lose like a couple $1,000s or however much you've spent over the time of playing that game just because you want to switch games. And then imagine taking your network of people over to another game and it transfers automatically. So all the friends that you may have made in one game, if they happen to be playing that other game, then it will automatically carry over your friends. And so those people would not necessarily be following you within that single game space. They would be following you as your avatar, and then over to whatever game you're playing. Anyway, Brian Cho says all gamers are used to Web3 already. They just don't know it yet. And then he gives a thread on why gamers are well positioned to become the true fans of Web3 and why that matters. And I don't know if a lot of gamers have necessarily made the connection with the NFTs and Web3 and gaming yet quite. I don't know. That they still see crypto as this Ponzi scam. And fair enough. So why this current trend of anti-crypto? Some theories. Scams are indeed rampant, and it's obvious in Discord. Newcomers need protection. Yes, every single day I get at least 5 friend requests, people DMing me. I don't even know if they're people trying to get me to join some stupid investors group, some pump group, and stuff like that. Trying to help me out with this or that problem, and I just immediately report spam and I block them. But some of them can be kind of convincing sometimes, you know, so you got to be careful. I can understand why a lot of these gamers might have a bad taste in their mouth for crypto when they're constantly being barraged by all these bots and DM'd to try to get in these pump groups. So, and then number two, gamers fear speculators will ruin their game. Yeah, and I think I don't game, but I think that's happened in a lot of games is people speculating on a lot of the items in the game and stuff like that, and it has just completely ruined it. A lot of black markets in the game for items have created unfair advantages and things like that, and yeah, just ruined the gameplay experiences. And then point number three, gamers spotted the crypto trend early, but mostly didn't participate. So a lot of gamers do know about crypto, and they knew about crypto a while back, but they didn't jump in. And then now crypto is like raised in price, and all these newbies are coming in, kind of like, yeah, you know, acting like they're all rich and the cock of the walk and everything like that. And they knew about all this stuff well before these people, and so they feel like they're being kind of like talked down to by these newbies, you know. So yeah, so like hell no, man. So anyway, Web3 game teams, particularly those integrate. So this is point number six. Web3 game teams, particularly those integrating both communities, need to do so carefully. Reward your loyal players, not just new crypto savvy ones. So make sure that the OGs get just as compensated as the new ones and that who are crypto savvy. Ask for feedback from both communities and communicate clearly. Engage those already bridging both. And then the point number seven, gamers have long been at the leading edge of digital innovation, and it feels inevitable that over time they will support an agenda to shift value to players and creators, that of Web3. I'm optimistic that empathy plus removing bad actors will help us get there. So yeah, thank you, Amy Wu, for your input on this. I think you bring up some really good points. This is a really good thread. I'm going to put this thread in the video description when I post it up on YouTube and Odyssey. So yeah, and then she said, curious to hear your thoughts and solutions. And then I've scrolled down a little bit here. So here, somebody says, for some reason, your point around the fear of speculation ruining a game seems like the most legitimate fear and the one that would likely be very destructive. I've actually spent time thinking about how to reduce speculation when tokenizing in-game assets. So let's see here. Yeah, because those in-game assets need to remain sacred and not points of just little, you know, moochers coming around trying to speculate on it. So some added comments on this. Hold on, let me click on this. Sweet. So for some reason, your point around speculation ruining a game seems like the most legitimate fear and one that would likely be very destructive. I've actually spent time thinking about how to reduce speculation when tokenizing in-game assets. I'm waiting for this thread to load because I find this is an interesting point. Somebody added, principally, a new market is driven by speculation and most volatile. Sadly, that's how it is and true to any markets from commodity stocks or crypto. I believe awareness and education is the fastest way to reduce speculation. If unknown becomes known, it's less speculative and more strategic. When I say this, I mean there's a need for CMC-like product for game assets and probably built by folks who know markets. So CoinMarketCap is what CMC stands for, I'm assuming. So a CoinMarketCap-like product for game assets. So yeah, kind of an open market listing tool for game assets to evaluate them and to rank them according to valuation, and probably built by folks who know markets. So unlike general crypto, game asset demand is driven by strong minting economics, utility, burn, and liquidity. And this has to be part of a daily gameplay. So I think that's a really good point. Yeah, ZK Gauss, I think you make some good points. So Amy Wu says, would love to hear ideas on reducing speculation's impact on gameplay. Then ZK Gauss says, so when one is considering tokenizing in-game currencies, a la Smooth Love Potion in Axie Infinity, then I think there needs to be good management of sinks and resources, that there is only slight price appreciation. So yeah, I don't have a ton of good ideas, though. Unfortunately, Axie does a decent job on this front, but there's still a ton of speculation in their game, and it could be very detrimental as player growth slows. I think they will figure it out though, as they have an awesome team. And as I mentioned at the very beginning of this part of the video, is Axie Infinity players have become too expensive for the average person to buy, so people are buying them up and loaning them out, and it's created an almost like sub market. Which is it's pretty crazy to think about. But I mean, they're figuring this stuff out, and there is kind of another little economy evolving out of it. So anyway, I need to end this, but I did want to go and show one more tweet here. Let me go back to my bookmarks, and this is the last tweet about this. Mariano, who is an OG in the NFT space, there's a really good interview recently with him. So he says, gamers saying NFTs are a scam, and then also gamers, ooh, new Skyrim, and then Skyrim Legendary Edition, Skyrim Special Edition, Skyrim VR, Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I mean, look at all these different, new games that cost more and more and more money. Like, it's all money, and there's so many things to pay for, but they're calling NFTs a scam. So I think that's a kind of a funny tweet that he posted there. All right, so that being said, I'm going to call it a day. I've really enjoyed testing out streaming out live on Twitter for my first time. So yeah, for those of you who saw this stream on Twitter, more power to you. I'm going to follow Mariano here. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Tonight, I will actually probably be streaming again. I'm interviewing Francois, who does the Ravencoin shoes. And the last time I tried to interview him, it kind of fell through and didn't get recorded right. So we're going to try to do a take 2. That's what happens when you experiment with the space. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just how it rolls. All right, man. Well, I will be talking to you guys tonight and tomorrow and every day, every single day. All right. Bye.